What's going on, everybody? In today's video, what I want to break down is more so keeping your media buying structure super simple so that you can get your client the best results possible, or if you're a D2C founder, right, you can get your brand's ad account profitable ASAP, right? So without further ado, let's just dive right into it and I'll break down this Google Doc. So all in all, right, what is media buying? In order to define media buying, it's literally the theory of defining, or it's defined as using money to purchase data for your brand that either fits your customer avatar or the individuals that would replicate your current customer base. And in return, right, you're able to get a CPA or cost per acquisition depending on whatever objective you're trying to run, right? So, what's different compared to if you just try to run ads organically or even try to just like focus all on organic, right? The views that you get from your organic base doesn't really guarantee that they're going to purchase, right? I've seen it time and time again where you've had like a TikTok post go super viral, right? But that still doesn't drive the amount of sales that you thought it would, right? Whereas when it comes to running ads, right, you're putting your prospect into a sales funnel for them to take action of getting a, either if it's add to cart or initiate checkout or complete purchase, right? That's literally what media buying is. So let's break this down even further, right? So most brands are trying to lower their CPA, lower their customer acquisition costs in a market where everything is super competitive. More people are running ads, right? And it's very difficult to become profitable. So I see a lot of people speaking to a lot of founders, they try to do everything outside of what really moves the needle for an ad account, right? What do I mean by that? Well, in order to lower your front end CPA, we have to look at the sales cycle or the sales funnel. What's the first touch point people go into when it comes to seeing an ad, right? Well, they view the creative. What's the next step for them? If they view the creative has to be so eye catching that they stop scrolling, right? If they stop scrolling and they stay for, let's say, 25% of the video, what's the next step? Well, depending on your call to action, if you say shop now or whatever it is, right? You're trying to get them to move along into the next step, which is going into whether you have a product detail page, whether you're sending them to a specific landing page, so on and so forth, right? So we're trying to drive them to the store. Now, after they go into the store, the next steps are, do they add to cart? Do they initiate checkout? Do they complete purchase, right? So if I take a step back and look at this at a bird's eye view, right? How do I lower the CPA? Well, your creatives has to be super eye catching and compelling enough to get people to stop scrolling, to get people to take action, right? That's the first step, depending on what platform you're running ads on. Now, when it comes to the next step, your offer has to be so good to get people to now want to buy, or your landing page has to be so good that you want to get people to take the next step, which is add to cart or purchase, right? So these are the factors and the variables that you need to tweak every single month, right? Whether that's testing new creative angles, whether that's creating new landing pages, whether that's building new offers depending on your hero product, right? These are the variables that's going to lower your front end CPA. And I've seen it time and time again, right? There's been clients of ours where we just tweak the offer, we tweak the landing page, and the conversion rate skyrockets and we're at a profitable front end CAC, right? And media buying is just so much more than just managing ad accounts or setting up ad accounts with, in theory, or testing strategies, right? So to just kind of summarize what I just mentioned before, right? Every access channel has a different media buying strategy, but the methodology is pretty much the same. You want to isolate variables, you want to segment creatives, audiences, post click, and even offers. And you want to change that within the campaign level, but keeping majority of these variables constant and keeping one variable as independent, right? You want to optimize your columns to gather data as efficient as possible to make the next media buying decisions. And on top of that, when it comes to this meme right here, right, this pretty much replicates like what most people are doing, right? Nowadays, when it comes to media buying, you don't need to overcomplicate it, right? What I've seen work on Facebook is literally you let Facebook gather a bunch of data, you put the winners in a CBO campaign, you just scale it up, right? You don't like the days before where like you segment top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of the funnel, you go super like you do like multiple lookalike interests, and then you go and do something else like you do retargeting with a window of like a 7-day, 30-day, 60-day, whatever, right? Like those strategies don't work anymore, right? You don't want to be super complex. You want to keep your media buying strategy simple. so that you can make the right decisions to get you the best result possible, right? So let Facebook do the work. Let TikTok do the work for you, right? You don't have to overcomplicate it. Just keep your segments very, very simple. If you're testing audiences, test audiences. If you're testing creatives, test creatives, right? And then whatever, when you have validation across both audience and the creative, then you put it into, let's say, a CBO campaign or an ACO campaign if you're running on TikTok, and you scale it up, right? That's how you get results nowadays. You don't need to keep it super, super complicated, right? So, with that being said, this kind of meme replicates the nowadays that when it comes to media buying, right? Literally just let it rip. You just want to be a Chad and just freaking scale the crap out of winners and just go very, very broad, right? With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're looking for the next steps, right? I'm a growth consultant, and what that really means is I help D2C founders optimize their media buying strategy, optimize their creatives, optimize their landing pages, even help with the offers, and we help majority of D2C founders build an in-house team so that they can exit their business in the next 2 to 3 years, right? So if you're interested, you can book a call down below, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.